right, well, sorry for the delay there. Had some technical difficulties with our streaming. I'm going to blame it on Clarke since she's my producer today. But good afternoon and welcome to Cox Softball Complex for Game 2 between the Clarke Pride and your number 3 nationally ranked Central Methodist Eagles. Up at the plate now is the Pride's leadoff, number 10, Lily King. She's playing center field. The count is 1-2 now as she just fouled off her second. On the mound for the Eagles is number 7, Haley Cotter. Cotter is a sophomore out of Smithville, Missouri, and is currently 4-2. Let's see how many starts she has. With 5 starts on the year. The 1-2 pitch is going to be grounded over to Madison White at second for the first out of Game 2. I'm going to go ahead and get you all the rest of the Pride's lineup real quick. Batting second is their second baseman, number 23, Elizabeth Leverton. Hitting third and DP is number 6, Emma Hodnett. Batting cleanup, playing left field, is going to be number 16, Kaylee Holtum. Excuse me, can't speak for some reason. First pitch to Leverton was a ball. Batting fifth and playing third base for the Pride is going to be number 24, Leah Gray. Hitting sixth and playing first base is number 15, Savannah Roberts. The 2-0 pitch to Leverton here is going to be grounded back to Cotter on the mound, who throws it to Liz but overthrows it, and it goes out of play into CMU's bullpen. I'm not sure if they're going to determine that one an error or we'll see what Jean. That's a tough one because I mean she made the play, but it was going to be late, a late throw. So I'm not just a hit on that one. We're going to go ahead and give her a hit on that one. And then advanced on the throw. Now at the plate is going to be number 6, Emma Hodnett, the Pride's DP. Count 0-2 here. And a called third strike. Cotter's first strikeout of the day. Now at the plate is number 16, Kaylee Holtum. Like I said, she is the left fielder for the Pride. She just fouled that ball a little bit out of bounds. Talking like I'm playing basketball. A little bit outside of the foul line. That ball high and outside. Even count, 1-1. 2 outs on the board. The 1-1 is going to be low and outside. To continue the Pride's lineup, hitting, I believe I was on the 7th, batting 7th is going to be Abby Archer. She is wearing number 4 and catching. And it looks like Holtum just grounded that one over to Madison White at second for the third out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base for the Pride in the top of the first. Due up for CMU is our leadoff, Kalena Oots, followed by Casey Jolly, and then Elizabeth Palumbo. To finish setting the Pride's lineup, hitting 8th and playing right field is going to be number 8, Sydney Haas. Batting 9th and playing shortstop is going to be number 1, Harley Macu Vasconcelos. And then their starting pitcher is going to be number 5, Meredith Gatto. Meredith is a freshman from Dubuque, Iowa, and on the year she is 2-1. Let's see, with 1, 2, 3 starts. Leading off playing center field is going to be number 14, Kalena Oots. Batting second and playing left field is going to be number 1, Casey Jolly. Hitting third and playing first base is number 23, Elizabeth Palumbo. Kalena tried to lay down a bunt there, but it rolled foul. All right, and the batting cleanup is going to be your second baseman, number 16, Madison White. Batting fifth as the DP is going to be number 6, Joe Kreider. Hitting 6th and playing shortstop is going to be number 11, Madison White. Batting 7th and catching is going to be number 15, Lauren Hill. Hitting 8th and playing right field is going to be number 20, Michaela Albert. Batting 9th and playing third base is number 9, Daly Garland. And your starting pitcher is number 7, Haley Cotter, which we've already seen. Back to Oots at the plate. Her count is 1-2. With no outs here in the bottom of the first. The 0-1 was just a little outside, making the count even, 2-2. If you were tuning in to game 1, you saw end of it where Kalena laid out with a diving play in center field. Beautiful play, really. Right after Casey Jolly had a play that all made us stand on the edge of our seats a little bit. Thought the ball might go over her head, but she tracked it down. Kalena fouls another one off over the Pride's dugout. Count still even, 2-2. Kalena grounds one to the shortstop. It's picked up and thrown over, and she didn't quite beat it out. That was a tough call. Very close. Now batting is number 1, Casey Jolly, our left fielder. First pitch is going to be high. Count 2-0. Swing and strike there. Count 2-1. Ball outside. Jolly gets a hold of that one, sending it over into the CMU bullpen. She pulled all the way around on that ball. When Jolly gets a hold of it, she tends to send it flying. That ball just outside. Jolly confident in that she was going to get a ball call there. Went ahead and turned around and went down the line. Now batting is number 23, Elizabeth Palumbo. First pitch to her was a ball. The 0-1. Well, I said that backwards, so must have just jinxed her. Now it's 1-1. Liz gets a piece of that one, sending it back over our press box. It looks like CMU baseball is in the bottom of the 5th in their 4th game against Mount Mercy for their weekend matchup. Liz sends another one back behind the net. But baseball is up 4-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Right over there behind our softball game you see on your screen. The 1-2 pitch is going to be high. Even 2-2. It's a busy weekend here on CMU's campus. It is also extremely exciting because we are celebrating 50 years of women's athletics here at CMU. Liz gets a hold of that one, sending it sky high into right center. And it drops between the center fielder and the right fielder. I think that one could be up for debate, but it definitely should have been caught out there between the center fielder and the right fielder. That first pitch to Madison White, I believe, was a called strike. I didn't put it up on the board yet, though. That ball high. 2-1. Another rise ball floating up, it looks like. 3-1 count here. That one a called strike. Madison White took a step back. Like it might have been inside, but Madison White sends that one up and to that right fielder who makes the catch this time, but it moves Jolly over to third. And now we have Eagles on the corners. Now up at the plate is number 6, Jolie Kreider, their designated player. Count 0-1 with 2 outs and runners on the corners for CMU. Perfect opportunity to score. If we can just get a base hit. Count 1-1. Kreider swung at that one. I don't know if she got a piece of it or not, but the catcher didn't catch it. I would assume she got a little piece of it, since Jolly didn't really make any effort to come to home. 1-2 pitch. It's going to be low and outside. Count 2-2 with 2 outs, 2 runners on. CMU has 2s on the board right now. Crider gets a piece of that one. Sending it over our press box over my head. Somebody fouled one off earlier, and it made me jump a little bit. And I'm behind a net and in a building. That pitch low and outside as well. A full count here, 3-2. Crider turns around on that one, sending it back behind her to the CMU dugout. Well, over the CMU dugout. It's always funny to watch those foul balls go out, and then you see one little player come trotting out of the locker room to go find it. Crider gets a piece of that one and sends it out into center field for out number 3. The bottom of the first, we have no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base for CMU. Due up for the Pride is going to be their 4, 5, and 6, Gray, Roberts, and Archer. We'll be back here on the Heart Conference Network after a quick commercial break. Leading off in the top of the second is third baseman for the Pride, Leah Gray. First pitch to her is a little low. Oop. Gray gets a hold of that one and sends it over Michaela Albert's head in right for a double. It's a little windy out there. Watched Michaela Albert take a step back on her right side and then turn and go left too. Now up at the plate is number 15, Savannah Roberts for the Pride. And she pops it up after a bunt attempt with it. Lauren Hill can pick up. They hold that Pride runner at second. Get 1 out. Now up to the plate is the Pride's catcher, number 4, Abby Archer. First pitch to Archer. She gets off the end of her bat, sending it over to Madison White at second, but advancing Gray to third, putting her in scoring position for the Pride's right fielder, number 8, Sydney Haas. First pitch to Haas. She is going to foul over towards her dugout. Oh, I dropped my pencil. Uh-oh. Minor problem. It rolled all the way away from me, too. Dang it. Second pitch, called strike. Grab that outside edge. And a swinging strikeout there. Lyndon Cotter, her second strikeout of the day, I believe. All right. Headed to the bottom of the second. No runs, one hit, no errors, and one left on base for the Pride. Due up for the Eagles is going to be 6, 7, and 8. Roberts, Hill, and Albert. All right, leading off for the Eagles is going to be your shortstop, number 11, Matty Roberts. First pitch to Roberts. Just a little high. The catcher pulled her glove down, hoping to get the call. She tried to frame it. That's okay. I was not a catcher either, if anyone was wondering. I was neither a pitcher nor a catcher. What position did I play? Depends. I played center. I pitched when I was young, like 12U. And then I played center in high school, and when I got here, I played on the reserve team at shortstop. Don't know why, but it was okay. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. It was a fun experience. Count 2-2 here on Roberts. And a called strike 3 there for Gatto. As a freshman, I'm sure that's fun to get that on a nationally ranked team. Be able to record some strikeouts is a big deal, no doubt. First pitch to Hill. It's fouled back into the net. The 0-1 pitch to Hill. It is skied in the infield, but called by the Pride shortstop, Vasconcelos, who makes the catch. Now batting is number 20, Michaela Albert. She came in I believe, the 5th inning into right field the first game, but started this game. First pitch on her was a called strike. Albert is a sophomore out of Tomball, Texas. Count 1-1. 2 outs here. That ball low and outside. Two one pitch. This is going to be in the turf right past her ankles. Count 3-1. Albert gets a piece of that one, sending it up in the air, back behind the Clarke dugout. I'm going to petition to have more windows put in the press box so I can see. Albert swings and gets a piece of that one, keeping her in the fight. So full count now, 3-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on base. Albert squares around on that one, but sends it over the left field fence out there in the parking lot. Full count still. Albert's still battling, getting another piece of that one, sending it over the press box. You have Pat Reardon over there coaching third base for the Eagles and Addie Reardon at first base. Albert fouls another one off, staying in the fight. She's battling. Wearing down this pitcher, maybe to her advantage. She has 5 foul balls in a row. And a high, looked like a changeup right over her head. She battled into a walk there. Now batting is your third baseman, number 9, Daly Garland. Daly is a junior from Woodridge, Illinois. First pitch. Gets a piece of it, sends it backwards into the net. That pitch high and outside. Even count, 1-1 with 2 outs and a runner on first. Called strike there. It looked like it was curving just slightly out. Garland didn't want to take that one. She gets around that on that one, sending it up the middle. Albert moves to second. Nice little single there from Garland. That brings up top of our order, number 14, Kalena Oots. Kalena lays down a bunt and doesn't quite beat the throw, but the second baseman, who was covering first, didn't quite catch that one. Jolly comes up to bat, takes that first pitch, and sends it to the wall. Scoring everyone on base, clearing the bases. So Jolly gets a double there off the right center wall. Kalena using her speed to get from first all the way to home. She gets 3 RBIs. Now up at the plate is number 23, Elizabeth Palumbo. Eagles on the board now with 3 runs and no hits. They're taking a quick coaches meeting over there between Pat Reardon and Liz. I don't know who called that meeting, if it was the pitcher or if it was Pat, but count 1-1 here on Palumbo. That ball high and outside. 2-1. That was a nice 2-out rally there by Jolly with that double. Called strike there on Palumbo. Count now 2-2 with 2 outs. 2's on the board. Liz turns around on that one and sends it over to the second baseman, who picks that one up. Into the second. We're going to have 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base here for CMU. And due up for Clarke is going to be their 9-1-2. And we'll get that to you right here after a quick commercial break. Leading off for the Pride is going to be number 1, Harley Mactu Vasconcelos, who tries to lay down a bunt, but it rolls foul. The 0-1 pitch. It's fouled over towards the Clarke dugout. And a swinging strike out there for Vasconcelos. Now up to the plate is number 10, Lily King. First pitch to King. And she goes. Quick grounder over to the shortstop, Maddie Roberts, who throws it over, and it's picked by Liz Palumbo, but not quite in time. Now batting is number 23, Elizabeth Leverton. First pitch. She lines that one over to third base. Daly Garland jumps up and gets it and throws it over to Liz at first to get the runner. A great 3 up, 3 down. A wonderful double play there by Garland. No runs. I have 1 hit, but I'm going to clarify that since they put something else up on the board, but questionable. I think it was the play by Matty Roberts there at shortstop. So I will return after I go debate that one real quick.
Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
Here I am struggling to multitask again. I missed that error when Cotter threw over to first in the first inning. So Madison White led off this inning, with the double to left center, I believe. And then Kreider just popped up to the shortstop. But Mad White is on second in perfect scoring position here for number 11, Matty Roberts, up at the plate. Called strike there right on the outside edge of that plate for Roberts. Roberts, a little blooper grounder over to the third baseman, who does not quite get the throw over in time. And now the Eagles have runners on first and second, with the catcher number 15, Lauren Hill, coming up to the bat. First pitch to Hill, called strike. Swinging strike there. Count 0-2. Hill behind. Gatto with the advantage. The 0-2. Hill gets just a piece of it, sending it in our net. The 0-2. Hill gets another piece of it, but just sends it up right in foul territory for the first baseman to step out and snag. First pitch to Albert is a called strike. Albert up to bat now with 2 outs and 2 runners on. She gets just a piece of it, and it rolls back into fair territory and picked up for that 3rd out. It really looked like it was going to roll outside of the line, and then it spun the opposite direction and went back in. Juked her out, if you will. All right, to end the bottom of the 3rd, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for the Eagles. And we will be back here on the Heart Conference Network after a quick commercial break.
Bale takes the shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
Three, 4, 5 do appear for the Pride. Leading off is number 6, Emma Hodnett, the Clarke's DP this game. First pitch to Hodnett is going to be a called strike. That ball had great movement on it, and it looked like it was going to come in high and just dropped into the strike zone. Hodnett gets a piece of that one, sending it over towards Garland out of play. Count 0-2. Cotter with the advantage on the mound. 0-2 pitch. Uh-oh, I've lost internet on my stats again. Not good. Not good at all. And a swinging strikeout there for Hodnett, and that is Cotter's 4th of the day. Now up to the plate is number 16, Kaylee Holtum. She is the Pride's left fielder. An even 1-1 count for her. Count 2-1 now. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Hill held that ball right there in the strike zone, but did not get the call. Count 3-1. Hill really wanted that one to be a strike. The exact same spot. I'm not sure if it was the exact same pitch, but same spot. Lending Holtum a walk here in the 4th. Now up to bat is number 24, Leah Gray, the Pride's 3rd baseman. First pitch to her was a ball. A 1-0. She grounds that one over to 3rd base, and they get the lead runner at 2nd. So a fielder's choice there for Gray. And a 4 for Holtum. So that brings up number 15, Savannah Roberts, the Pride's first baseman, with 2 outs and a runner on first. First pitch strike. 0-1 pitch. A swing and a miss. Hill fakes over to first to keep the runner in check. Oh, 2. Ball just outside there. Count 1 and 2 now. And another swing with no contact. Lending Roberts her strikeout and Carter her 5th one of this game. Going into the bottom of the 4th, the Pride had no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We are going to be due up for the Eagles is 9-1-2, Garland, Oots, and Jolly. Check. There we go. Okay. So you had me muted, huh? How long you had me muted for? And another strikeout there for Haley Cotter. Her her eighth, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, her eighth of the game. Ending the top of the fifth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. As I was saying before my microphone went out over there, baseball, CMU baseball ended with a 5-4 victory over the Mount Mercy Mustangs with a walk-off home run from Bobby Nichols. Shout out to Bobby Nichols. He's always one of those players that comes up and says thanks for everything you do after the game. All right, leading off here in the bottom of the fifth is number 11, Maddie Roberts. First pitch to Roberts, called strike. The 0-1. Roberts gets a hold of it, sends it all the way to the fence over the center fielder's head for a double to lead off the inning. That one was a nice line drive that just kept floating all the way to the fence out there. At second, it looks like we have a pinch runner for Roberts out there. It's going to be number 3, Emily Sheffield. Coming up to the plate now is number 25, Chelsea Gleba. Emily Sheffield out there on second is a sophomore from Wentzville, Missouri. Up at the plate here is Gleba, who is also a freshman, but she is a local kiddo from Columbia, Missouri. First pitch to Gleba is called strike. That one looked like it might have been a strike, but maybe a little bit inside, but right on that corner. Gleba is here pinch hitting for number 15, Lauren Hill. Another called strike here on Gleba. Count 1-2. Count even, 2-2. That ball high and outside for ball 3. Gleba not swinging the bat there and got that walk. 2 runners on now, first and second. Now batting is your right fielder this game, number 20, Michaela Albert. First pitch to her. Low and outside for Count even, 1-1. Albert was the first run to score in the second inning. Lays down a bunt there. The first baseman picks it up just in time. Clara tried to say not in time, hoping we'd get the call, but just in time. It was a pretty bunt, but that bunt moved the runners over to second and third. Bringing up number 9, Daly Garland, to the plate. She fouls that one off. Count 0-2 now. 0-2 pitch. Going to be high and outside. Count 1-2. That one outside. The start of the day, it was super sunny out, and now it looks a little bit more overcast. I'm sure it's making it more chilly out there for everyone sitting out there watching. Garland lines that one down the third base line, and it is called fair. It is going to score those 2 runners on base, ending the game here in the 5th. The Eagles score 8 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. And the Pride falls with no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error for them. Thanks for tuning in here on the Heart Conference Network. This is Caitlin Streeter, the Sports Information Graduate Assistant. The Eagles advance to a 22-3 record, and the Pride fall to an 8-10. CMU will return to action, I believe, next weekend, March 29th. I don't remember what day that is exactly, but they are taking on Baker at noon and 2 p.m. here at CMU. It is next Friday. All right. Thanks to everyone tuning in here this weekend, and anyone who came out to celebrate the 50 years in women's athletics. We really appreciate it, and it is a great history moment to be able to start that